Morning stream with Todd and Erin on getparts.com. Good morning, how are you? So anyway, it's Monday. Ouch! But we did something really fun. Look, first of all, what do you want
Amazingly fun.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I want to go to the morning mountain camp.
I think we should. It's always soothing. We always know.
There it is.
Pretty nice.
Look at all the green.
It's actually going to be moderately warm today. It's
right,
not going to rain. Isn't that exciting?
Everyone stop talking because this Saturday I went and saw the most cool thing in the world. Cool thing in the world is the UMC.
You're talking about the Utah Motorsports campus. This is the old Miller Sports Park, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
We went out there and I had what? There was so much going on. I still can't hear because we missed the earplug booth.
That was a mistake, yeah.
And well, actually, you want to let's watch. Let's watch.
You're on the full straightaway out here. You can get upwards of 180 miles an hour.
Speed and the desire to go fast
This car will do about 140 miles an hour.
is the fuel that propels these drivers to go faster.
I got him by a tenth of a second.
The marriage of concentration and adrenaline creating a transcendental state.
It's probably more expensive than some of the drugs people do, but a lot funner to me.
We talked to some of the gearheads at the Utah Motorsports campus to see why they mod their cars and bikes. And risk life and limb to drive faster than bats out of hell.
This is a Yamaha R3 2015 model. It's one of the smaller bikes out here. Most of the bikes are 1,000cc liter bikes.
Right.
I'm a little older and a little slower, so I go with the wee bike, and I'm happy.
Jeff Masters was a late bloomer, racing for his first time at the age of 50.
It wasn't a midlife crisis thing. I've been riding motorcycles, since I was young.
Right.
One of the motorcycle vendors did a free track day where you could come out and ride their bikes for free.
There you go.
So I did.
Yeah.
And I came out, and the thing about the track is you can go as fast as you want.
Right.
Everybody's going the same direction. Nobody's on the phone. Nobody's texting.
You look pretty serious here. I mean, you've got some gear on.
It's worth every penny. I have had impact with the pavement a couple of times. The bike fared much better than I did.
Did you roll or slide?
I flew and landed right just perfectly on my shoulder. And got
Nice.
up, and you were asking about the gear. I got up, I didn't have a scratch on me, but I had a broken shoulder.
This is your ride.
Yes, it is.
What are we looking at here?
So this is a 2013 Subaru BRZ. It is supercharged, runs on E85 ethanol, about 365 horse to the wheels.
How much?
365. Stock, they put out about 168,
So you've tinkered a bit.
just a little bit.
Toby Crawford is a motor maniac and it runs in the family. Toby's wife, Lisa. So you drive.
I do drive.
Also caught the speed bug and she's pretty good.
Lisa actually finished third in TT2 over a field of about 12 or 15 cars last year, which was amazing. She's fast. Yeah.
Using her husband's car, racing helped Lisa through a very tough time.
Just finished chemo. I didn't worry about that. I was bald, had no hair.
Right.
You just come out here for the love of the sport and you kind of forget about everything. And I just felt normal for once after all those months.
This is the craziest thing. I mean, we got kids jumping 50 feet in the air on their motorcycles over here in the dirt. We got race cars over here. We got little cars. We got big cars, really fast cars. And there's our winner. There's our winner. Did it go the way you wanted it to?
Absolutely, yeah. Number one. You always want that. So.
And the car ran?
Oh my gosh. Car was set up awesome. Some really, really fierce guys that have beat me before.
So how long does it take you to calm down after that?
I'm still going. So it takes probably about a week. So
Derek Walthoff of Team Makes and Models took the checkered flag in this race. Derek says racing is a community more people should be a part of.
We have one of the best facilities in the country, and it's out here in Twill. A lot of people don't know about it. You got to come out here and do it. It's amazing. You can get on track so many different ways. It will help support this community, help grow it. We want to share this experience with everybody.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Matter of
That's
fact, Toby
amazing.
Crawford, he's going to be in. He's actually
He was
here.
the nice bearded guy who was in the
No,
Air
the other
Force.
one, Toby.
Yeah, Toby. He was in the military,
Right, he's
and
got
then
the
he's a
car.
racer with the cute wife.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk to him coming up later in the show. It was so amazing, and I still can't hear. I've been listening to music all my life, really loud, and
Yeah, but you haven't stopped smiling
What?
since Saturday.
What? Just keep
You
talking. Yeah.
haven't stopped smiling.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So last night we had the award show, and what's the
Billboard
thing?
Music Awards. Yeah.
What's the deal going on? You were going to mention.
One of the things Katy Perry's got a new song called Swish Swish.
Right.
And she was on Jimmy Fallon, and they started asking her about it there, and it also came back up at the Billboard Music Awards because everyone thinks that she wrote it about Taylor Swift. And they've been apparently having this really big kind of rumble going on for a while. Do you remember when Taylor Swift wrote Bad Blood? It apparently was about Katy Perry. She goes, it's about friends who stab you in the back.
Wait a minute. This is the lady who writes songs about all her ex-boyfriends.
And apparently her ex-girlfriends as well. Yeah, they started out as like friends, and it was adorable. They would tweet each other, and like Taylor would go, I just watching the Waking Up in Vegas video. I love Katy Perry. I'm going to hang her poster on my wall. And then Katy would tweet back, Taylor, you're as sweet as pie. Let's write a song together about the subject we know best. For my new record, it'll be brilliant. Best friends.
They don't talk like that.
They probably do, actually. If you're writing Sweet as Pie, you're talking like that. No, but they both dated John Mayer, who was like, why? Why would you date him?
Oh, so they have something.
He's so creepy.
They have something in common.
He's so creepy, and apparently, so there was a little bit of a there, but the real fallout is, I guess, some of Katy Perry's dancers went on tour with Taylor Swift, and then Katy Perry.
Gosh!
Well, no, but then Katy Perry said, "I'm starting my world tour. Would you mind coming back?"
Jeez!
So they went back to Katy, and that apparently really pissed off.
Well, she
Taylor
stole
Swift.
her dancers, for goodness sake.
So that's when Bad Blood
my
happened.
gosh!
And then after Bad Blood, when Taylor Swift stole everyone's internet boyfriend, Tom Hiddleston, and her ex-boyfriend started getting really ticked off, Calvin Harris, because she was talking smack about him.
Right.
He said, "You're not going to bring me down the way you did Katy." And
What
so that
a
was,
witch!
So that was kind of like see, even the boyfriend admitted that she hates Katy.
That's a bra strap snap. That's
So
what that is.
when they were asking her about it during the Billboard Music Awards, Katy said, "It's just about people who are bullies and try to drag you down." So, okay, girls, that's fine. Enjoy.
You can put up with a lot of things, but when they start stealing your dancers, that's where I draw the line.
Forget the boyfriends.
That's right.
Forget the bad tweets. You took my dancers.
That guy in the leather harness doing these R's. I'm pretty much tired now. Okay.
Okay, now what was this about police officers
guy.
and meat? Because I'm a little confused now.
This is just sad.
All right, explain.
So it's St. Louis. St. Louis, there's a grocery store, and the security guard, they actually call them product retention officers now. And they
basically, please don't shoplift.
They were talking at the major stores like Smith's and stuff like that. $3,000 a day goes out the door.
No way, that much?
Some 3 to 5 actually. And so they have people
Wow.
in plain clothes, and they're hanging out, and they're kind of watching what's going on. They saw this guy and noticed that he had taken some meat and put it down his pants.
At that point, I'm like, you can keep it.
Well, you're not
You
going
don't
to
have
reuse it.
You don't have to bring
Plus,
it back.
it's cold. And anyway, he bought other groceries as well. And she kind of kept her eye on him. And he went over to the checkout and he paid the money.
But the
Right.
meat was still in his pants, right?
Meat was still in his pants. So, the Secret Service, the security,
Keep it. That's
sir, can you follow me, please? And he does. He just follows her right into the security's office, and she says, "Give me the meat."
No, you don't even have to. I know
Yeah.
it's there. We both know it's there. It's okay.
It's a very confusing statement. So he pulls the hamburger out of his pants. That's what I'll say.
He went to all the trouble to steal hamburger. He didn't even try to get something decent, like a rib roast.
I'd be looking for like Kobe beef.
I know.
Something-
Really? You stole hamburger? You deserve to be caught, you loser. Oh, wait. Who's the guy? So is this the
That's-
police officer who arrested him, or what?
Yeah, no, that's the police officer with the meat in his pants.
No way! He was a police officer?
Yeah. And it's not like he stole dancers for someone. He stole meat.
Okay, two things wrong. Number one, obviously he's a police officer. But number two, really, you know every trick in the book. You must know every possible way that people have done naughty things.
Here's the problem.
And you really resorted to hamburger down your pants.
He told the security officer who he was and what he did and stuff like that, and said, "Listen," and the security officer, I would have let him go.
No!
And so
He's putting meat down his pants.
it was over $30, and at this grocery store, that was the limit when they said, "Okay, we're going to call the cops if it's over $30." The problem is he's been with the force for 15 years. He has pulled people out of burning buildings. He has been awarded. He's done all this great stuff. But suddenly he needed to have meat down his pants.
Wow.
And so his career is now over.
For
now,
me.
see?
Now, aren't you sorry you didn't take the rib roast now? Aren't you?
That's a horrible story.
I know. Your entire career down the drain for ground beef. That's
I wish you didn't bring up that story.
You're blaming me?
Yeah, I think
suck.
I will. All right.
That's just fine. Whatever.
News is coming up.
All right, we've got Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. It is brought to you by Columbus Travel. Look, you can still have a vacation this summer. You just need to sign up for the weekly newsletter from Columbus Travel. They have all these last-minute amazing deals for cruises, hotel stays, and amazing flights. Go to columbusvacations.com. Also from our dear friend March over at Executive Transportation. Whether it's just a ride to the airport or a fun night out, this is the dude that you want with his fleet of sweet Escalades. You can call him at 801-874-8208. Or, of course, our friends down at All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. This is definitely the time that, based on our weather, you either want your heating fixed or your air. We're never sure anymore. But whatever you need, John's there for you. AllUtahPlumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, it's Monday. What's going on?
And happy Monday, everyone. Here's what's making news this morning on GephartDaily.com. Tragedy this weekend in Cache County, where a 2-year-old boy drowned after falling into a stream in Blacksmith Fork Canyon. Sheriff deputies told Gephardt Daily the child was on a family outing Sunday morning when he managed to slip away unnoticed. The child's body was ultimately found about half a mile downstream from the family's campsite. Deputies say the event should serve as a stark reminder of the dangers surrounding rivers and streams this time of year. Cottonwood Heights police are asking for the public's help in identifying a serial robber who's knocked off several local businesses in the past few days. His latest caper took place Sunday night about 6 p.m. where he pulled a gun on clerks at the GameStop on South Park Center Drive. Police say he's the same person who recently robbed a Whole Foods store and a Subway shop, both of them in the Park Center area. They say the suspect should be considered armed and dangerous. If you see him, call 911. Police in West Valley City are on the lookout for 3 armed men who stormed an apartment early Sunday morning and robbed the people inside. Officers were first called to the Aspenwood Apartments around 2:15 a.m. where occupants said the masked men burst into the residence and swiped undisclosed items from a bedroom. A fight broke out. The bad guys took off, but not before leaving a gun behind. Police think drugs may have been involved. Sparks flew and sirens wailed in West Valley City late Thursday night as suspected car thieves tried to give cops the slip in a dangerous game of cat and mouse. The hijinks began about 11:35 when a West Valley patrol officer noticed people inside a parked car after hours at Parkway Park. Cops were in the process of telling them to move along when the car bolted, leading police on a high-speed chase that reached 90 miles an hour. 2 men finally ditched the car near 8000 West and 2100 South. They were captured several hours later. And now a quick look at the forecast. After weeks of spotty weather, we'll see sunny skies and temps in the 70s and 80s through the first half of the week. Lows in the 50s. That's it for now. More headlines 24/7 on GephartDaily.com.
Thank you, Daisy. I can't believe that footage of that car chase
That's
with
us.
the police.
That's our gang. That's our crew.
How did a photographer even get that, though? That was amazing.
He listens to the scanners. He finds out where the thing's going. Then he gets ahead of it.
I don't think I've ever seen that, though, before. I mean, occasionally you see, like, those viral videos with the helicopter shots that somebody managed to pull off,
Right.
like the police thing. But I've never seen one of our photographers actually get something live like that
He
before.
does this all the time. Because you found out, originally he just joined in the chase, and they hate that. The police absolutely hate that.
Don't do that anymore.
So he gets ahead of it, and he parks on the corner, and they come around. It's not that simple. He's the only one who does it. And he has a car on
'Cause he's
fire
crazy, yeah.
going by. Yeah.
That
How
was
cool is that?
amazing, though. I'm so impressed. Look at that, though. You can see all the sparks coming off the car.
Right.
Look at that.
All right, so
That
anyway.
just seems so random to me. You would actually be standing there going, now the car that the police are chasing will be coming by very shortly. And it was.
And he's sitting there waiting for it.
Wow, okay. Hey, we wanted
And the
to...
camera's not shaking. He's just like, yeah.
Mine would be.
Jeez.
No, mine would totally be.
Okay.
We wanted to say thank you so much for everything you guys have done for us, because since we started the Todd and Erin morning stream, we're well over 800,000 of you watched. So apparently your gag reflex is really good.
How long have you been doing this?
I think this is our 10th week.
10th week, okay.
Yeah. So we're really excited that Christopher's Prime Steakhouse wanted to join in. So they're giving away dinner for 4, where you get to bring in your friends and you can talk and relax. And it's like you don't get to connect anymore, where you all sit down and really do something fun. Plus, this gets rid of all your social obligations because you gave them the best thing ever. So they have to keep like upping the ante now. We also have a wonderful ride back from Executive Transportation. So you don't have to get a designated driver. They pick you up, they'll drop you off. And the easiest way to enter is really simple. You just go to one of our Facebook pages. There's Todd and Erin's Facebook page, Gephardt Daily, Gephardt Approved. Just look under the show today, make a comment, and then just share it, and you're entered to win. It's that easy.
Make a nice comment, okay?
Yeah, not like the other ones.
Like our parents.
Yeah,
do.
don't do that. Because really. But anyway,
And
thank you very much.
Do you know the reason why people like us so much? Because of our content. Because of the content and the informative things that they bring you, like this Kung Fu master in China who pulls a bus with his genitals.
What?
There he is. There he is. Enjoy.
Why is he doing that?
Well, actually, in China, he is known as the Iron Crotch Kung Fu Master. And he pulled it for 6 feet.
Do they not have cable in China?
I have no idea. Can I see the picture again?
Radio,
just
TV.
Yeah, can we see that picture one more time? Because I got to tell you, they say this kind of training is on the rise in China.
Why?
It's like a frat introduction.
If we can't see it again, Brandon, I would love to see this because it's creepy. Okay, here we go. What? And the other thing is they're all taking pictures. How is he?
No, okay. don't go there. Yeah.
No, there's nowhere you can go with this. I'm sorry, Todd. There is a man with his junk pulling a bus. There's nothing really else you can really say with this.
And once again, he's known as the Iron Crotch Kung Fu Master.
I don't think he gets a lot of dates.
Well, here's the problem. Can you imagine this kid in elementary school when they have career day? And the parents come in and tell the class what they do? I'm a firefighter. I am the Crotch Master of China. And even the way he stands like the king and I, etc., etc.
Oh my God. No,
so,
I don't think we have to worry because I don't think that man is capable of having children. So fortunately, he won't reproduce.
So if you're looking for a new hobby,
that's awesome.
Don't do it.
Really, that's nice. Okay, Columbus Travel. I was talking about this because my girlfriend Karen, oh, by the way, good morning, Karen. She's on Facebook Live this morning with us. And she was talking about the Columbus is doing a special. If you book the cruise, you only have to put $1 down right now to secure your cruise. Because she and I were talking about the Cuba one. Remember Larry Gelwicks was in town, Getaway Guru?
Right.
And he was telling us about it. This is like this once-in-a-lifetime chance to cruise to Cuba. It's a people-to-people connection. So you actually get to talk and get to meet some of the people from Cuba, get to know about their lifestyle, who they are, go to Old Town Havana, which is like basically frozen in time from the 50s. I didn't know that, Karen. Thank you for explaining this to me. I'm embarrassed. So, yeah, all you have to do is go to columbusvacations.com. It will give you all the information. I really want to do that cruise.
That sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, big time.
There's coming up next. Coming up next is something else you can do with your dishwasher, and it doesn't have to do with pets.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin morning stream is actually available anytime at GephardtDaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
All right, we are back, and I got to tell you, dishwashers. How is our dishwasher working?
It's really good because I actually used one of our own tips from Pinterest, and I put a dish of white vinegar in the top section because you know you get that funky smell, and every time you walk past it, it smells like a cat died, but you can't really trace it.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I figured that made us look bad. So it actually works. It really works well.
When I go home, I'm going to put my shoes in it.
Why?
Because that's what they say. They say you can clean other things besides...
Baseball caps, they say, are good.
All right, so look at mop heads. You can put in syringes for baby medicines and stuff.
I've done sponges before.
Sponges. Baseball hats.
What's the thing in the bottom?
That's a thing.
Is that like a...
Screen.
Is that like an air conditioning screen or something?
Yeah, it's like a screen for a small air conditioner.
Okay.
brushes, toothbrushes. You just throw it all in there and put it on sterilize, and it sterilizes everything, and then you're ready to go. And then whoever eats the next dishes is gross.
Yeah, and then from then on, all of your dishes smell like a foot because you put your shoe in there.
And of course, there is the ultimate in dishwasher cooking, in which you take a salmon and you put on tin foil and you sprinkle some dill on it, maybe a little bit of garlic and a little salt and a little olive oil. You wrap it up and you put it on the top shelf, run a full cycle on it, and voila, dinner is ready.
Poached salmon in your dishwasher. Have you ever been able to cook salmon where it didn't get the little oily grease that came trickling out of the foil?
Right
because
onto
it's
your
bad enough that
dishes.
the dishwasher smells like a foot. Now it's going to smell like dead
Oh, I don't
fish.
think you're supposed to put dishes in with it.
I'm just not sure. There's some things you can't. There's some funk that you cannot remove, and I'm pretty much sure that the salmon counts.
Speaking of
So would your sneakers. Trust me.
Speaking of food and delicious food.
Oh, we are? Okay.
We heard this morning that Daisy, lovely Daisy, has never partaken in a classic American food because she's English.
You know how the British
so
are.
pretty-
They're all English and stuff, and so
Daisy,
all
come
of their
here,
food
come
is
on
like
in. Come on,
different.
in, sit right there.
Sit right here.
Sit right there.
Okay.
Get in the
Although she
middle.
does consume Red Bull,
Get in the
which
middle.
makes me love her so much.
Oh, I'm still holding my breath. Don't tell Jay.
Never. I'm very proud. Jay, this,
All right.
I put that in her hand. It's product
Yeah, yeah,
placement.
yeah.
I was listening to the conversation over the morning, and you have never had a Pop-Tart, ever.
You have never consumed a
No.
Pop-Tart?
No. But I just read on the packet it has real fruit in. So, I mean, that's more healthy than what I usually eat
almost
for
Here,
breakfast.
She,
It's like
she asked
nutrition.
earlier this morning, she said, what flavor is it? And I said, it doesn't matter. It's
They're all-
heavy.
It
they're
is,
all the
right?
same.
They're dense.
But
Oh,
yeah.
this is 2 Pop-Tarts.
All right, scoot over there. There you go. Okay. You just have to eat one. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey,
No.
where's the toaster? And the rule is no one ever does.
No
it.
one ever does. I have to be honest because look, Daisy, it's not like you haven't passed these in the grocery store before. You've been here a while you were getting your
Yeah.
crisps and whatever things you get at the store.
So why have you neglected?
You were never drawn to this?
I think I just don't understand this. I don't really know what I'm looking at.
Go ahead. Take a bite. And be amazed at the taste of America. Is that good?
Like I'm eating like a piece of wood.
With cherry filling. It's real fruit.
How can I put this?
What do you?
I can't even swallow it. It's like bleh, bleh. Are we going to be sued by Pop-Tart if I say
I don't
that?
think so.
Well,
I think
Red
it's
Bull's
okay.
going to kick our butt too, so it doesn't
That is
matter.
horrible.
Maybe we should have put it in the toaster for her.
Oh, I don't like it. I'm talking to the Pop-Tart.
I know you are.
I don't like you.
Say, it's not you, it's me.
Yeah. Sorry, I stole your dancers.
Okay. all
Really?
right.
Nothing.
No.
It's just
I feel nothing.
No.
Well, I feel
She feels dead
Just
inside.
going.
I feel dead inside.
Well, you go curl up in the shower crying.
But I
And-
mean, I could take this with me
Please
just in
do.
case.
I
Right.
think that's for the
You
best.
know.
you
Yeah.
know? There's a lot of filthy news people out there. They'll eat anything.
They will.
Yeah.
They will.
No, I'm underwhelmed.
All right.
So underwhelmed.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right.
You're welcome. That was amazing.
We love you, Daisy. Sorry.
You know, I just realized.
What?
Is I'm as tall as you sitting on my knees like this.
Are you really going to start with the Aunt Erin is short thing again?
Ow! I hit a cord. Okay, that's better.
All of my family's gigantic. My brother's like 6'4", my sisters are all 5'10", and they tell their children, "Now you don't want to be a troll like Aunt Erin because she's only
A troll?
5'6". So you have to make sure that you eat all your nutrition." So they look at me and my hideous 5'6" self, and they go, "Oh, I don't want to be a troll like Aunt Erin."
You're so tall. I told her to make her feel better. I said, it's okay. You're not a legal small person because she's 5'6". I've never met a family more consumed by height in my entire life.
It all came from my father. My
She-
father's
she
obsessed
said-
with height.
She goes, "Oh, I love this guy." And he goes, "What's his name?" She goes, "Todd." And the first thing out of his mouth is, "How tall is he?"
When I said 6'2", he goes, "You can bring him home. Bring him home for dinner." Yeah.
Mike. Okay, so
So you basically could have been a serial killer, But as long as you're over 6 feet, you're A-okay with my dad.
Right.
So that's
Exactly.
good, right?
All right, so we've talked about crotch pulling the bus guy.
We've tortured poor Daisy with unnatural Pop-Tarts.
Maybe it's time to tell us something good. Do you have something?
Are you ready
like
for
that?
this? This
I
is
do.
pretty cool. I absolutely love this. Okay, I think everybody knows that over the last few years, this is probably an outlet that we've all seen because of increased terrorism activity, but a lot of the mosques here across the United States have been vandalized and actually torched. I mean, arson. Lots of phoned-in threats. A lot of the members of Islam who have attempted to go and worship have been harassed.
Right.
And they had a really rough one down in Texas where a mosque, and once again, this is a sacred space the way all of us feel about our church or where we go to worship, and it was vandalized in the worst possible way. All kinds of epitaphs spray painted and things torn apart and ripped and sacred things.
Just hatred.
Just awful. Well, there was a 7-year-old boy, Jack Swanson, and he heard about the Islamic Center, and he's this little Texan dude, and he had been saving all of his money because he wanted to get...
He's a young kid.
He wanted to get an iPad. He wanted to get a tablet. And he said, Mom, I got to donate this money because I feel awful. They've got a cleanup fund going. And so his mom drove him down to the mosque, and he gave the money to Mr. Naeem, who is the board member.
No, wait a minute.
And he said, I'm really sorry. He said, most of it's pennies, but I'm hoping it will help.
Oh, my gosh.
So he gave all his money. Well, another member of the community there who actually just goes by that Muslim guy on Facebook
Oh, funny.
he heard about that and he's like, that kid's awesome. And this man is an attorney, and he went and he bought him an iPad, and then he sent it to him, and he said, I just wanted to let you know, thank you because of your amazing generosity and your kind heart. We wanted to tell you how much we appreciate you. Please enjoy this Apple iPad with our sincere thanks.
So he gave up the money he was saving for something he was going to cherish.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have done that? How old was he?
He's 7.
I don't think I was that good of a person.
I don't either. I remember, saving. No,
That's
I wasn't
amazing.
that good a person. But
That's
he's the
amazing.
sweetest little boy, though, and he was so concerned about them.
Okay,
And so I hope we see more of that.
All right, coming up, we have the most testosterone-y thing I did over the weekend that I've done in a long, long time, and we're going to talk to one of the racers.
Are we doing that now?
Wait, no, hang on one second.
Are we going to do that now, or are
I
we doing
thought
it
we
later?
were. Come into our room. We were gonna talk.
Well, first of all, we're talking. We are talking to the Getaway Guru himself, Larry Gedwicks. I think this is the first time you've actually been in the States for like the last 6 months.
It's
so
been
hi.
a while, but yes, the Mahalari of travel is here in person.
His bags are right outside the door. He's going someplace.
I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
Okay.
You have 2 seconds to answer. It's just front of mind awareness, the first thing that comes to your mind.
Sure.
Tell me a Christmas gift that you got in 2014. Can't do it. Can't do it. Okay,
Not
let me
6
ask.
seconds.
No,
I'm sorry.
You had 2 seconds. All right. Now, let me give you another question. I want you to tell me just the destination, not the details, of a place you went as a child with your family. 2 seconds.
Norway.
Norway.
Yeah.
Now, why is it that we can hearken back, several decades to a family trip or any other travel we've had, and yet we can't remember a Christmas gift from 2 or 3 years ago? Things do not create memories and experiences.
Give us a couple ways to give people an idea of how to go about starting this process.
3 come to mind. The first is a Pacific Coast, Canada, and Golden Gate cruise.
Okay.
This year, September
cool.
15th to the 22nd.
Once again, perfect weather.
Yeah, remember, it's the experience you're having, even if the destination is new or familiar. Starts at $491. Now, air
Wow.
and taxes are additional.
Sure,
Rates
sure.
are always subject to change.
Right. That's
$491.
Okay.
Second one is Ireland. We're going to see all of Ireland. We'll see Dublin, a head down, Waterford Crystal, castles, all of that October 1st to the 8th, priced at amazing $1649 plus air.
Wow.
It is the deal of the century. How about one more? February 5th to the 15th of next year, so it's the dead of winter.
Right.
We fly to Singapore.
Oh.
I love Singapore.
So cool.
And we'll spend 2 days in Singapore, first class hotel right there on Orchard Road. We'll wind through the city, then we board Royal Caribbean's beautiful Mariner of the Seas.
Right.
We sail the South China Sea, the Gulf of Siam.
Oh.
We cruise Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam with stops in all of them.
So
Here's
fun.
the best part, February 5th to the 15th.
Okay.
Rates start at just $19.89, including your airfare out of LA, including all your taxes,
Wow.
all your fees, all of these things.
All right, where do they
Working
go to get all the
All right,
information?
well, you can call Columbus Travel in Bountiful at 800-373-3328. That's 800-373-3328, or online at columbusvacations.com. That's columbusvacations.com.
All right, so yes, Saturday, we had such a good time. UMC, it's the Utah Motorsports campus, Larry H. Miller's old race place, and this is Toby Crawford.
Hi, Toby.
Hi.
All right,
He
so
even looks like a racer, though. He's kind of like got the cool racer thing going on.
he should sit like this. I had such a good time, and I had no idea so many things were going on out there.
Utah Motorsports campus is always busy.
It's
and
crazy.
It's just, they have a ton of stuff going on every day of the week.
Well, this is a shot of inside your car, and you're out on the track racing. How fast is this on the straightaways?
We
look
get
at
up
that.
to about 120 down the straight on this track.
Right. And then tell us what...
And look at you cutting off the black car. Proud of you.
What?
That was
Oh,
awesome.
look at that. Oh, that's mean. That's rubbing. That's racing.
That's
I've watched the
incredible.
movie.
How long have you been doing this, Toby?
We've been doing wheel-to-wheel, or I should say road course racing since about 2013. So
Now, there's different categories of this.
there are. So we have the wheel-to-wheel race group, which our car is in. We also do time trial, which is time trial or time attack. You're racing against the clock, but it's an open passing. And then there are 4 different levels of high-performance driver education. So you can actually take your own car.
Yeah, and you guys volunteer to kind of teach people how to do this, right?
We do. So we instruct both with NASA and the Porsche Club, and with some special events with UMC.
We are going to have a guy day out there. You know that.
But you get to actually get in, you instruct us, and we get into a car.
Absolutely.
Wow, you're trusting. You didn't let Todd drive, right?
Wow.
Curious, Toby.
How fun is that?
We have a specific set of rules that we need the drivers to follow to keep us safe as well.
I think that's for the best. Now, this was interesting because when Todd came home, he was excited about the campus and he thought it was amazing, but he had talked about you and your wife like over and over, and he said, I can't believe the story and how amazing it was. And I guess he completely diverted Richard, our photographer, over, and he said, this is the story here. And I mean, to me, this is like true love.
Here's Lisa now. And why don't you tell about Lisa's story really quickly?
So Lisa is actually a breast cancer survivor. She was affected by it pretty young, and right now she's gotten through all of the chemo and surgeries, and she's on her meds to keep her clear.
Right.
But she actually we started tracking our car right when she was kind of wrapping up chemo.
Right.
And so it was one place where she could go out there and feel like herself and enjoy it.
You were saying that she had lost her hair.
Yep.
And it's the one place where she felt normal, because I have to tell you, when you go into the pit, it's like you're going in the pit and there's a guy smoking a cigar. It's not. Walked up to Toby, and Toby's like, hey, how you doing? Want to see my car? And so we met your wife, and she's doing well now.
Absolutely.
We saw your car. We know that you've done a little traveling. Where did you go?
I was in the Air Force, so
Right.
I went to Iraq a couple times,
Right.
Afghanistan, Korea.
Oh, so you're kind of one of those lazy guys, never really leaves the house.
Right.
That's
Yeah, I'm pretty relaxed.
And now he's racing, so he's trying to kill himself in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, apparently the Air Force didn't do it, so he keeps working through it. But for you and Lisa, though, because to me, this is what I love, the concept of how she got to put on the helmet, and no one could tell that she's a patient or there's anything else.
Absolutely. She looked like everybody else out there.
That's fun.
And especially with breast cancer that young, it's a lot more serious. And so she had to be, I'm sure, very, very aggressive. And you were saying she was working like 14-hour days during chemo.
Yeah, it was pretty insane. She's just one of those people that you've got to keep a positive attitude. And I think some people overlook how much your attitude can affect your recovery from something that serious.
Right.
You know what I love about her, though? I don't think she's even a survivor, though. Lisa, to me, is a thriver. Because there's some people, survivor, I always pick just crawling up on the beach and sort of lying there like I survived. But she's like out there in the pit with you.
Absolutely.
Being kind of cool and badass and sorry, I swore. And, wearing the helmet. And that, to me, is like, that's so much more exciting.
Is she an aggressive driver?
She's not. She's very safe and reasonable,
Right.
but that's a good thing. Speed comes with that, and you're just safe, and you pick your spots and stay out of trouble. And
I heard like 4 or 5 people say the same thing, and I said, "What? How scary is it to?" Because we talked to motorcycle guys as well who have broken bones and have plates in them, and how scary it is. But you guys say, you were talking about it's safer on the track than it is in public.
Really?
Absolutely. This track, UMC, when it was Miller Motorsports Campus, or Miller Motorsports Park, I should say, actually won an award for being the safest track on the planet.
Wow.
Yeah,
you're going like 150 miles an hour.
We are. We're cooking.
And so why is it safer than being on the streets?
One, the set of rules, depending on which run group you're running in,
Right.
keep it very much controlled, and everybody's predictable. Whereas, out here on Utah roads.
Yeah, could be anything.
You guys don't use signals, just like us.
Exactly.
Plus, you're all going the same direction.
All right, so what's the fastest you've gone?
I have been about 165 miles an hour in the Lamborghini, riding along with Derek.
Wow.
We've also, in my time in the Air Force, had the privilege of riding an F-16, so I've flown Mach in an F-16.
Yeah. I remember that. It was incredibly vivid and will never leave me. I can understand why you felt the same way. Now, you guys, you're out at Makes and Models in Layton. You guys have a car parts store. You were talking about wanting to do more fundraising for breast cancer, like treatment and maybe outreach programs with women and their families. Are you guys thinking about something for this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So our car is the Pink Ribbon Racing BRZ. Last year we were sponsored or hooked up with UCLA, the Johnson Comprehensive Cancer Center. They do a lot of good research, but what we'd like to start doing is partnering with a local company.
Huntsman, I'm talking to you.
Right.
We'd like to be able to, the money that we raise is just a drop in the bucket for a big research company. But it's enough to make a big impact on families that are affected by it. And we just love to get in touch with some people that really need some help, and we can partner with them. And
I absolutely love that. And you're right. You're on the other side now, so you know all the right things to say to other families. Because you're right. When you're at the beginning of this, you're like, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And you can tell them, look, you're going to get through this.
Absolutely. Lisa's actually got a friend right now who's going through the same thing, and she's like her tech support, she can text her, call her, she'll go to chemo with her if she needs to.
You're going to be throwing up in about 5 minutes. Let me go get
to have someone like that is like so important, and what they did to help them, and so on and so forth. So the support is really important.
All right. So if someone wanted to partner with you, because like I said, this is a really cool way, and I don't think I've ever seen this kind of fundraising before. I mean, this is such a whole new cool genre, and I'm sure there's a huge population that would love to support something like that. How can they reach you?
I can leave my information where they can give me a call. They can give us a call at Makes and Models, and we can help them there.
Where's Makes and Models?
We're in Layton.
In Layton, okay.
Yeah.
And once again, I'll make sure that all the information is on our Facebook pages too, so that you can reach Toby if you'd like to be involved in this one way or another.
I have saved the best for last.
Really?
Best for last, because at the UMC on Wednesdays, what do they call it?
They have Wide Open Wednesday and Wide Open Wednesday Plus.
Okay, so tell them what Wide Open Wednesday is, the regular one.
I should be scared,
so the regular one, you get to bring your own car out there. They set up cones, kind of, and so you can go through the track, and you're out there by yourself.
And it's like $50 for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And what's the weirdest car you've seen on the track?
Oh, man. I've seen everything. One time I was in an old Mustang that had lap belts. That was a little scary, but...
But you were making the minivan with Mom in it eat dust.
Yes.
And that's what's important.
I have seen a Subaru Forester out there, and that you're going to talk about some body roll.
That's awesome.
So it's called the Utah Motorsports Campus if you want more information. They have all these events, if you dirt bikes, if you go-karts that go 50 miles an hour. And this is not a commercial. This is like, there was so much stuff going on.
Oh, no, you were testosterone for like 3 days.
Our heads
seriously.
were spinning. There's so many people trying to hurt themselves in one area. It's just amazing. Well, Toby, thanks so much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Thanks
you
for having
guys
me.
drive scary.
Man, that
so
dash
much.
cam is amazing, though. Yeah. And I love the rear thing so you can see everybody that you're passing. You're like,
All right, coming
that's
up on the
cam.
Todd and Erin morning stream, a bastard cat. And they want to give it away, and maybe you can have it. That's coming up next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And by Columbus Travel, the best travel deals on the planet. Be sure to take advantage of our April sale. columbusvacations.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephartDaily.com.
Oh, good morning. It's the
Welcome
Todd and
back.
Erin morning stream. How are you? Weird thing happened, and weird things always happen in England.
It's where Daisy's from.
That's where Daisy's from. Shh, she's a foreigner. So this couple from something like Parsonsville, Breckenshire, Millstone,
Shefferton on the Green.
Parkinson something. They went out to the grocery store, and they went out for about 2 or 3 hours. And when they returned home, this is what their house looked like.
What?
Why
do they have? Oh, that looks like Harry Potter's house.
It
Oh
does,
my gosh.
doesn't it? Where's the
The
flying blue car?
scaffolding. Maybe it's a Snape thing.
Right.
Why is there scaffolding in front of their
They
house?
have no idea.
What, you mean like someone randomly came by and gang scaffolded their house?
Basically, yeah, it's a drive-by scaffolding.
They have no idea why it's there. Has someone come back to take it away?
There was no sign. It wraps the entire house.
Really? The entire house?
If you see that they have walkboards up on the top, they're not called walkboards, but I just made it up.
It sounds like they should.
So you come up and there's not even a name on the scaffolding. They look for stickers and stuff to call, and they're worried that if they leave the house, someone's going to show up and start painting the brick or something.
Oh, with something that big, I think they're smashing things in. They're probably going to take the roof off. What?
I just...
And it goes around the entire house?
It's around the entire house, and they did it in like 3 hours.
And nobody's come back for it?
No, none of the neighbors thought anything of it, and so they didn't see any trucks with any names on it. So it's just the saddest, scariest thing in the world.
There's really... Of all the weird pranks I could picture pulling on somebody, I
know.
I can't... Yeah, there's not even a basis that you can go with for this. Like,
There is
is
no-
there a
no.
reason?
All right, so
Okay.
a pet adoption.
Now, what is this about
Pet
the cat?
adoption.
And I think that's a
Let's
terrible
take a
thing you
look.
called him, by the way.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Bigglesworth?
And
Oh, like
he's a-
Austin Powers?
And he's a real... Look at perfect cat. Little
Look at
bell.
that face.
Little bell. Perfect face.
Cat people of Melbourne.
Now keep looking at that face.
He's kind of got a glare. That way that one eye kind of lowers, like, yeah, I know you.
Starting to get a little sinister, isn't it?
Vaguely.
That's why they call him the bastard cat.
That is a terrible thing to say about a cat.
Here's the... they're trying to give him away. And he's a gorgeous cat, but beware. He's a bad cat. And when you say bad cat...
You mean the actual adoption organization is calling him a bad cat?
Yeah, they're just get him out of here. We'll pay you. Because it's a no-kill shelter. So they have no choice. And so,
How do they describe this animal?
I've known cats before, and sometimes you're scratching their bellies, and then they bring their back feet up and they start scratching you and stuff. I've even had one bite me momentarily. Yeah.
Mr. Biggles, and I quote, is an utter bastard. This is Gina Brett, who is apparently the president of the no-kill shelter.
Right.
He is a despot and a dictator. If he doesn't like what you're doing, he will give you a nip. Sometimes he likes to swipe at your feet, too. It just depends on what he can reach with his claws at the time. Mr. Biggles does not like to be thwarted. He throws a catty tantrum if he can't go outside when he wants to be let out. Not being fed on time is also a tantrum-inducing exercise, and he will let you know when he is not happy, which is often because things are just not up to his high standards. Mr. Biggles likes his cuddles on his terms, which means that he will not sit on your lap if he decides it's time, and if the stroking is not up to his standards, he will bite you.
I made a list.
In a video posted with the listing, by the way, he
Yeah.
declined to offer a statement on why he was such a bastard and whether he did it intentionally.
Let me give you a rundown on this, okay? All right, here it is. He wants to go out, he bites you. He wants to come in, he bites you. More food, bites you. More water, bites you. Scratch, he'll bite you. Stop patting, he'll bite you. Pat him now, he'll bite you. Look at him funny, he'll bite you. If he bites you, he's going to bite you. Again. He's going to bite you for biting you. That's why he's a little bastard cat. And they want to give him away. All right, so
That's not the best sell job I've ever heard, but okay.
Where's Daisy? Is Daisy out there? Because she was part of the show today, along with doing news. and she ate the Pop-Tart, which
I think
was
she
great.
might be sick right
Toby
now.
Crawford, she might be throwing up.
Yeah. Back again. Hello, sir.
Thanks for coming in, and we appreciate you guys joining us. And you know what we should do? Is that there she is? Come
How
on
are
in,
you
Daisy.
feeling?
Good. Sit.
You all right?
That Pop-Tart, yeah.
Did you really?
That was
No?
that was a look of disgust. I don't think I've here comes to my lap. That was a look of disgust I don't think I've ever seen before from you. And you're usually so polite because you're like British and everything.
Oh, I know. I was very sad.
I'm sorry, honey.
Toby, sit on my lap. Let's
Toby's
leave
like,
you with
"That's
a
not
little bit of
happening."
racing down at the CMU, and thanks for joining us on the Todd and Erin Morning Show right here on GetPartDaily.com. Let's go racing again, shall we? Yeah.